London Classic Chess Festival, which is bringing thousands of children and millions of audience on the television into the world of chess. So we're absolutely delighted that Malcolm puts his considerable talents into this, and without him this conference wouldn't be happening either. So I'm not going to embarrass him any further. I'll allow him to speak now.
Thanks, John. Actually, no one's better at embarrassing me than myself. So, welcome everybody. As John said, I'm the Chief Executive of Chess in Schools and Communities, which is a UK charity that organises and hosts and facilitates this conference. It's a wonderful, wonderful turnout. Next year we're actually going to need a bigger venue. We've been oversubscribed. We've had to actually stop people from applying and coming here, which is a bit of a shame. I don't want to ever have to do that again. But actually, the whole London Chess Classic is oversubscribed. All the tournaments are full as well. All the schools' activities are full. We've had to turn children away. But I'm afraid that London's infrastructure isn't up to a lot of the other major cities, despite what our special guest last year told us. Boris Johnson, we're going to need a bigger place to do it. Maybe we'll have to go to Newham, but we'll talk about that another time. Yeah. So this is a groundbreaking conference. I see lots of familiar faces. In 2013, we looked at chess in schools. In 2014, we considered teaching mathematics through chess. And in this year, we're going to look at projects that use chess not just as a developmental tool for children, but also using chess as a positive force that impacts both on the individual and on society as a whole. And as I said in my opening remarks, I remember at the first conference, and it all came to pass, I hope that this conference also will serve as a place to develop new and existing ideas, but also to be a melting pot, so where new networks and relationships will evolve. And it's been one of the great delights of this conference series, of seeing new relationships form. I mean, just looking around me, I know, for example, the fact that we've had Wendy Fisher from Seattle, who you'll hear from later, means that we now, the Chess in Schools charity, are introducing the First Move programme into the UK. Now, this concept of partnerships this theme of partnerships is very, very important to us. And from our point of view, from Chess in Schools' point of view, in England, I want to actually highlight the partnership we have with Newham Borough Council. Newham Borough Council, for those of you from abroad, is a local government entity that covers the part of London where the Olympics were in 2012. We have a great relationship with them where we provide chess not just to schools but also to the wider community. And you'll be hearing about that later from our keynote speaker, Councillor Ken Clark, who I'd like to thank very much for coming. I'd also like to welcome representatives from the European Chess Union, who I can see in the audience, including Jesper Hall from the Chess in Schools Commission, and also from the Secretariat, Theo Sorbatoglu. We're delighted to have you here. We're delighted that this is the first conference where we have official cooperation from you, and thanks for your support also, the ECU in the Social Entrepreneurs Bootcamp, a great innovation that I hope perhaps we can do more with next year as well. So over this weekend, I'm looking forward to hearing about projects from all over the globe. I've got here, just hot off the press, the list of conference participants, and I've got to say the countries represented here, that makes it a truly global event. I mean, we do have people from all 5 continents, and I think that's a wonderful achievement. I hope a lot of you will have a chance to meet John Adams, who's got a hand up there, thank you. John's doing a very, very interesting project trying to look at the economic impact. I'm sure you'll hear about it from him, of chess and how it would be beneficial to introduce in Australia. And I'd also like to point out to you Mr. Leoncho Garcia, who is a trailblazer in all kinds of chess, not just chess tournaments and chess organisation and chess journalism, but also chess social projects, which is why it'll be so interesting to hear from him. Now, Leoncho has just spent 4 days in a Mexican high security prison. I'd like to emphasise that he went there of his own accord, of his own free will, and I'm delighted that he's been released in time for the conference. And you'll be hearing from him about his work at Chess in Prisons which is really groundbreaking, something that we're also trying to emulate here. We have a project going on in a prison. So I'd like to wish everyone a successful and enjoyable weekend's debate and networking, and I'd like to make special thanks to conference organisers John Foley and not Stefan Loeffler. Who's thinking that?